Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Thanks for watching YouTube today. And so it's after Christmas, even though I am recording this, I have to tell you the day before Christmas. But it's freezing here in St. Louis. And I'm like, well, I'm going to wear my hat. I bought this hat because I think it's adorable. I'm not a hat girl, but I tell you what, it keeps your head so warm. And you don't have to do your hair. So I'm wearing this today because here in St. Louis, the weather is frigid and I just wanted to stay warm. So I am here today, and this is going to actually show on Friday. I'm actually here to make a card using the Perched in a Tree bundle. And so this was actually on the retirement list, and it was discounted. I had never purchased it, and I was like, I've been looking at that set, and I love it. And so this is the stamp set we're going to be using today. Okay, so we're going to do some watercoloring with it. It's so cute, and it has, of course, the matching dies. So I am going to have my Pee-wee here by me, and I'm going to do some watercoloring, and we'll just see how this goes. Okay, so let's get started today. All right, so I do have to put my glasses on so I can see exactly what I'm doing. I have some watercolor paper here. So this is the Fluid 100 paper, and I'm going to be doing some watercoloring with actually this is I love this one. This one is the thick water painter. Okay, and I'm going to start with this today, and I'm going to go ahead and do some water painting with it, and I'm going to use two different colors. I'm going to use Calypso Coral and Crushed Curry. And so what I want to do is have a little ink in this one already. I might need to add a little of my re-inker. And then a Calypso Coral, I'm going to add some re-inker. So if you haven't used your re-inkers in a while, you want to give them a good shake, right? Shake up that ink in the bottom. And then maybe I'll add a little bit more in my Crushed Curry, just for good measure. Okay. So now there's two ways you can do this actually. You can actually spritz your paper first and then add your your ink. So I think I'm going to try this first. I'm going to squeeze this, and there's these little push marks. That's where you want to squeeze the water down. Okay. Get that ink loosened up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to do this across the top. And so what I want to do first is just get it really wet. So this is watercolor paper, and it's very forgiving, right? I love the watercolor paper. You can do it with other paper too, but this is the best for this technique. Just going to bring a little light and dark in here. If you've never done watercoloring, it is so wonderful. It's so freeing, and no card looks the same, right? No two cards look the same. Okay, so now to clean it, you want to just squeeze a little bit of that water down, not too much, but squeeze it down until your brush runs free of color. Okay, we've had a lot of color on there. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my Calypso Coral, do the same thing. Bring a little water down. And now obviously the more water you use, the lighter the color is going to be, and it's just gorgeous. All right, so I'm liking that. I think I'm done with that. I'm going to leave those pads open because I'm going to do the bird next. So when you put your lid on, you want to make sure that all those bristles, right, are going in the right direction. So when you add your lid, it doesn't bend the bristles down, okay, and ruin your brush. Sorry. So I hope you all had a nice Christmas. When this actually shows on the video on YouTube, Christmas is going to be over. I know. Yikes. Okay, so now I have another piece of cardstock, and this is watercolor paper. Now I'm going to stamp the bird. So So I'm going to stamp the bird, and then I'm going to stamp some words. Your kindness warms my heart. So I'm going to use because I'm using water, I'm going to use a Stays-On pad. You want to make sure that if you're using a water medium that you use Stays-On ink. And Stays-On ink is perfect on red rubber. Not a big fan of it on photopolymer stamps, but on red rubber, oh, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this first. Okay, looks good. Now you do want to clean your stamp pretty quickly if you don't want it to stain. This is the Stays-On remover. You just dab it on like this, and then it actually removes the ink, because it's Stays-On ink is a solvent ink, so it's very sticky and it will stain your stamps. So you just want to make sure you get a little of that on your stamp so that it does not stain. Okay, and then the next stamp I'm going to use is that Your Kindness Warms My Heart. And that's the stamp. Get a block. And I'm going to stamp this one. And these are going to get cut out. So we have the, we actually have the die that'll cut out the bird. Great. And then I'm going to clean my stamp again. Okay. All right. I'm going to close my Stays-On for now. I'm letting this dry. Okay. So once this is dry, we'll be stamping on it. But for now, it's just drying. Okay. All righty. So now I'm going to color my bird. And again, I'm going to use my water painter, but this time I'm going to use a more pointy tip. So you get 3 in a pack. You actually get a smaller tip, this one, and then you get the brush, the wide brush. Okay, so I'm going to color my bird, and I'm going to, now I'm no artist, so I'm going to bring a lot of color on the belly. And then right here. Looks good. Okay. Not going to bring too much color. I'm going to actually thin that out a little and just do a really light wash right here. And I love watercolor paper because, like I said, it's very forgiving. Okay. And now I'm going to use some soft suede. Clean my brush and pull up my soft suede ink. And again, I'm going to use the darker on the wings. And then as I get lighter, pull that in, put a little on its head, not a lot. Okay, I think that looks good. Guess I could do a little on his, are those feet? I don't know what they call them. Do they call them, I know all you bird people are probably screaming at me saying, I know what it's called. Oh, I don't. Okay. Looks good. All right, looking good. Again, make sure the bristles are all forward. Put your lid on. Okay, now I'm going to cut these out. And I think for now, I am done with these. I'm for sure done with this pad. This pad I'm going to use again, so I'm going to leave it open. So now, while this is drying a little bit, I can go ahead and cut these out using the dies. Okay, so the die that cuts out the bird is this one. And then I'm going to fussy cut that. So let me bring my peewee up here. And, oh, where's my scissors? Hello, no scissors. Bad prep on my part. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the bird out first. And since this is the peewee, I have to use a smaller piece, right? All right. So how many Christmas cards did you make? I actually made, I don't know, I think we already talked about this once, but I think I made 85, somewhere around there, maybe more. But I did have my paper pumpkin kit, and I really used that this year, which I loved because those cards were unique, one of a kind, and I ended up using them for, oh, look how cute that is. Isn't he cute? And I ended up using that for those cards for like the mail lady, my UPS man, all those people. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to pop that up. I'm not going to put any dimensionals on it yet. I am going to fussy cut this out. I'm just going to fussy cut around this. These words. This would be a good sentiment for if you're sending any Valentines too, because warms my heart. You could actually do some kind of heart behind it. Just thinking as I'm doing this. Okay, so I have those ready. All right, now I'm going to bring this back in. I think this is dry. Now what I did in advance was I did cut out some two pieces from the Framed Florets. And this piece, and then this piece. So those are two separate dies. Let me show those to you. So Framed Florets was a special that we had, and then it's carried into the mini catalog. And so this framelit, and then this one. And when you do this one, you actually get the center also. And you can use that at another time. Okay? So let's do a little gluing. Before I glue, I want to do one stamp, and I want to do this branch because you have to have a branch for your bird, right? You can't have your bird sitting on midair. So I'm going to stamp this in soft suede. That's why I left this open, because I wanted to do the branch. I love this branch. It's nice and long, and I'm going to have it off the, let's see if I want to center this just right so that the bird has something to sit on. So I'm going to do it about right here. Okay, so when I take this away, I'm going to stamp the branch. Good. Okay, so watercolor paper is a little porous, right? So you want to give that stamp, make sure that stamp is well inked and that you press down on it a little bit extra so that it actually takes. All right. Now I think it needs a little bit of color. So I am going to go ahead and use that water painter again. And even though I have this Calypso coral underneath, I think it'll be okay. Let's see how this works. I don't think you'll see the Calypso coral underneath because I'm going to color it with the soft suede. I think it would be weird to have a branch that was Calypso coral. So I'm going to add some soft suede to it just to add a little color behind it. And these are so great. They're so pointy and so easy to use. Okay. Looking good. All right. Now, as that's drying, I can go ahead and I think I'm done with this now. Leave for now anyway. So what I want to do now is glue these pieces on. And I'm going to use my liquid glue, my multi-purpose glue. Hang on. I'm actually going to use my silicone craft sheet because I want to make sure that that glue does not get on my paper. I'm just going to put little tiny dots all around. Again, that watercolor paper is porous, so you might need a little extra spots of glue. I'm not meaning bigger dots, I'm just meaning more. Oh, look, I have ink on my finger. Surprise. No surprise. Okay. So there is another cool die with this set of dies. And I'm going to show it to you in a second. I'm not using it today, but oh, it's really lovely. So let me show it to you. Okay, I think that's good for now. And as this is drying, I will show you center that, hold that down, and then I'm going to pop this one up, and I'm going to use these tiny dimensionals on this oval. So this oval has some texture to it, so you actually, I love it. It's, can you see how it has these little tick marks? Oh. You want to make sure your dimensionals are going the right way. So there we go. Let me show you this die real quick before I forget. Look at this die. So it's an aspen tree. These are aspen trees, and it's got the trees. And if you don't want to use these, you can just cut it away and just use one aspen tree. But oh, it's beautiful. So I don't know what took me so long to get it. Maybe I was just waiting for a sale, right? Okay. Come on, dimensional. Work with me. There we go. So, you know, I had those acrylic, well, I had like an acrylic overlay put on my nails. Oh, I loved how it looked. Yeah, I loved how it looked. And then I found out, because I really only wanted like a nice manicure, and the girl ended up putting this acrylic on my nails, and it just basically ruins your nails. Just saying. And I have really pretty nails normally, but right now they are suffering. Oh, look how cute that is. Okay, now the bird, yes, it's going to have to be popped up. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the bird. Not on the tail, because the tail is actually going to be over here, and it's already going to be popped up. Okay, so now I did bring over a little piece of ribbon, and the ribbon I picked is this shimmer gold ribbon, and I don't know for sure if I'm going to like it, but I was kind of like, it might need a little shimmer. How cute that is. The bird perched on a tree. Okay, so if I do use this, which it actually will look good with this crushed curry, that's kind of why I chose it. I was going to use twine, and then I was kind of like, could use a little piece of this. But I don't know if I need it, or if I do like a little circle and put it behind it. Maybe that would be cuter. Ooh, kind of like a little abstract-y thing. What do you think? Or I could wrap it around and then lay it on top. Do I like that better? No, I don't. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the ribbon. I just want a little piece. I'm going to attach the ribbon right there. And then, ooh, bad scissors. Bad ribbon scissors. Do you have those? There. I think that's it. Okay. So now I do need to put some dimensionals on part of this because it needs to go popped up. And then I'll put a little bit of glue right there. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm loving it. All right, now, oh, I did have something else I was going to add, and now it might be too late. I was going to add some of this behind it to make it kind of abstract-y. Now it's too late because I already glued it down. I get too much going on and then I forget what I'm going to do. I could add a little piece of that. No, we'll do that on the next card. Okay, so now I have my crushed curry cardstock base. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. And that's going to be behind this piece. And I am using glue today instead of adhesive. I know you're thinking, what? Something different for me. But it holds so well. It just holds so well. Once it dries, it is definitely not going anywhere. Wow, I love that card. I think that watercolor background actually kind of makes it. I'm probably going to do another version of this. And when I post the card, I will post 2 versions. I'm going to post this card as is, and then I'm going to post another card, maybe just something a little different. So I hope you enjoyed this. I truly hope you had a great Christmas, and I will be seeing you in 2023. So thanks for watching today. I'm Trevis Bossler, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri, and I appreciate all your views and comments. Thank you so much. Have a great Christmas.